Hello, hello. Let me see if I'm live. Let me check. How are you? How's weekend so far? All right. So this is the first day the sun enters Leo. Yeah, if you know a bit about astrology, it's the Leo season coming up, and it's gonna be very interesting. All right. Am I live? Okay, now I'm live. All right. Thank you. Thanks for joining me. Despite it's Sunday. Anyway, right. So in case you're new to me, welcome to Ask Jason Anything. Every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time, I go live on multiple places. First, definitely my YouTube channel, which is my primary location on social media, and then followed by my Facebook pages. I have Jason Gunn page, Tribe Academy page, and as well as a Facebook group, which is called Facebook Ads Transformation. So wherever you are, you'll be able to watch me live. And oh yeah, of course, I'm also going live on LinkedIn as well. I'm not sure if this is really going live on LinkedIn. I believe so, right? So because I don't really check my LinkedIn. So for those who are watching this on LinkedIn, if you want to reach out to me, I would appreciate that you drop me a message on Facebook page. Or if you have any questions to ask me, definitely you can actually go to my YouTube channel. So this is where I answer questions about Facebook advertising and digital marketing from people from all around the world. As in like if you have any questions regarding the topics that I'm kind of good at. You can actually first, if you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising, go to my YouTube channel. That's the first place I want you to start with. Go there, try to search for an answer because I've actually posted close to 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. Chances are I've talked about your topic before, anything about your questions, anything related about Facebook advertising and all that. I actually answered a lot of questions. So try to find if you can actually get a similar answer to your question. Otherwise, it's completely okay. All you need to do is just post your questions as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick them up and I'm going to answer them over here. So later on, you'll be seeing how, all these questions are actually screenshot from, like my YouTube channel. That's the main place. So yeah, just ask your questions and come back on the next following Sunday to listen to my answers. So that's how it works. Okay. But of course, if you want to have one-on-one questions and Q&A session with me, that you don't want to first, I understand some questions you don't want to actually go public. You want to have a one-on-one private session with me, or your questions are slightly more complicated, you want to actually spend some time explaining it to me, and maybe to get my personalized recommendation to your questions and situations that you're facing, you can actually scan the QR code later on that I'll be actually showing you, and to actually have a 30 minutes one-on-one with me. Of course, it's not free, it's a paid one, but then it's nominal, and the idea is I would like to help as many Facebook advertisers as possible to get through your hurdle, because to be frank, as we all know, we need to run ads, especially to a lot of countries. Meta advertising, as in Facebook advertising and Instagram advertising, are crucial. Like somebody from Norway told me, if you're not running ads on Facebook and Instagram, you don't have a business. So I hope to get your business up and running and thrive, of course, with all my capabilities and my experience. Hopefully, I can really help you with that. All right. So without further ado, let me bring this up. We have got quite some questions today, but I think, we should be able to cover that. So if you're watching this live, if you have any questions, even if you're watching the replay, all you need to do is just post your questions in the comment. Come back on the next Sunday to listen to my answers. All right. Now the first one is coming from Alex. So Alex asked this question on my video about how to contact Facebook ad support. So Alex said they don't have this button anymore. Now, when it comes to contacting Meta support, I will have to say not all ads manager or not all business manager has the feature. Especially if you have a relatively new Facebook ads or Facebook ads or Meta Business Manager, chances are you do not have the feature yet. So I would say, this is not fair. I understand. Meta is not making it very easy to everyone. But if you don't have it, then I guess you just have to settle with what you have. But alternatively, what you can do, if your ad account is not banned, if your business manager is not banned, you want to contact Meta support for some other reason, you can actually work with Meta business partners like us, whereby you can actually park your ad account under our business manager and we can actually raise a ticket on behalf of you. So that's one way to work around. But of course, if you have an account that is restricted, that you cannot run ads, you are permanently restricted, and you want to try to contact Meta for that, and you don't have the option, then it's probably that's it. I would not be able to help you. Yeah, because seriously, if it's permanent restriction, there is nothing much we can do. So just for the quick one, Alex, if you need help, if you're not having a restricted account, you just want to contact Meta for some of the questions you have or anything you want to actually, you can contact me. This is where you can actually spend half an hour with me so that I can actually look at your situation. But if you have a permanent restricted issue and you cannot contact Meta, then there's nothing we can do. Just in case, it's beyond that. If it's not because of restriction, you want to kind of like park your account under mine, or even just to ask questions about your situation to probably get some recommendation on your problems, you can scan this QR code, buy me a mail, then we can spend half an hour together to look at your situation. Okay, right. So that's a quick one coming from Alex. Okay, now the next one is coming from Ben. Ben has got a series of questions. Let me do this real quick for you, Ben, because Ben asked these questions on my video last week. It's my Ask Jason Anything, I think. This is 130 or this is 129. I also forgot. But anyway, I think it's last week. Yeah. So Ben was asking first. Ben, the first question coming from Ben was, how can you grow as an affiliate marketer? Wow, that's a very big question. Frankly speaking, I'm not an affiliate marketer. I'm not a seasoned affiliate marketer. Frankly, I'm a Facebook ads advertiser, as in like strategist, and I help businesses grow with effective Facebook advertising. That's what I do. So when it comes to how to grow as an affiliate marketer, I actually learn from a few experts, as in like maybe people like like Russell Brunson, who is kind of like the number one affiliate for Tony Robbins, and people like some of my friends who are in affiliate marketing, but they are actually experts themselves. So it's a lot easier for them to actually upsell or cross-sell all these recommended services or courses to their audience. But I guess, in my opinion, if you want to grow well as an affiliate marketer, I would say it would be best if you actually have a domain expertise, as in like you become an expert in one thing that you are really good at, and from there you nurture your audience, you grow your audience, and when you are more ready, when you have established yourself as a trusted source of information or advice for your audience, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to recommend anything that you believe will be useful to your audience. I think that will become a very easy way for you to actually recommend for some affiliate so-called revenue. That's one way. Now, the other way is I've actually observed some of my, like fellow YouTubers, as in like YouTube content creators. One way is they actually, grow their YouTube channel to a certain extent, and they start working with brands for affiliate deals, or they start recommending products for affiliate revenue and stuff like that. So I guess eventually it is all about building yourself as an expert, and to build a strong list and to really give a lot of value, and in return your audience will trust you, and they would actually more likely to opt into whatever that you recommend to them along the way. So I guess that's the more organic way, or in my opinion, healthy way. I don't know. Some actually just spend money and grow and whatever. To me, is that will be a more difficult route, but I guess it actually, I don't know. To me, it's actually more solid, and because you have the foundation right. So that's what I think. Yeah. So that's my quick answer to you. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, the next question you have here is, what's the difference between Meta ads and Facebook ads? They're all the same. Meta ads includes Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and advertising on other places. But eventually, it was called Facebook ads. Now they call it Meta ads. They are the same thing because they share the same backend, same interface. They're exactly the same thing. Okay, so Ben, I hope that answers your questions. Thank you for joining me. And and the next one we have is coming from Linda Property Strategist. So this comment was posted on my video about understanding Facebook ads target audience. Now, if you have doubt about how, understanding, if you are struggling to understand Facebook ads targeting or target audience, I would recommend that you watch this video, because I spend half an hour or more, detailing out the differences between the detailed targeting audiences, custom audiences and lookalike audiences to help you make informed decision about how do you use the target audience. Now, back to this. Linda's questions is about, I mentioned to create an ads to steal customers. So you want to know which target audience should you opt for. I would say, Linda, I would recommend that you watch back again this video because I actually detail out. Now, how do you steal your customers? I mean, from your competitors. In fact, it is actually counting on Facebook advertising's algorithm or their AI learning to really target people who are already interested in your competitors' product or services. So basically, that's something that how do we do that? First thing first, I would recommend to keep your ads as simple as possible, as straightforward as possible. If you sell a phone, just say that this is a phone for who and at what value, why should they take action on your phone. I mean, just go by that, because eventually when Facebook understand your product or your advertisement or whatever, product or services that you're offering in a very clear way, they are able to match other people with similar intent in your product in terms of buying them. Because Meta collects information everywhere about, let's say they know if I browse an iPhone, or if I browse a, DJI camera. So when I serve a lot of, when I actually, browse a lot of information about this product, they know that I have a purchase intent. And if they see your advertisement as something that you are actually selling a DJI camera and matches with the intent of me interested in buying, so they will actually share your ads, serve your ads to me. So I always like to say, Meta advertising has now become intent-based advertising right now. So in fact, we do not rely a lot on the so-called detailed targeting or whatever much right now. And in fact, a lot of times when we go broad, but we define the product or services very clearly in the ad itself, it actually somehow works better for us. So I hope that makes sense, Linda, but you actually can watch back the video. It actually detail out how can you really do that in a more effective way. All right, Linda, thank you so much for, popping the question. Now, I can see some questions coming out from Akram and Richard. I mean, stay until the end. Let me clear these and I'll come back to you guys, okay? Now, basically, the next one is coming from Najibullah. So the question is, how do you get TikTok Business Center in Pakistan? The answer is I don't know, because frankly speaking, I only speak on behalf of my country. I only know my country. And of course, I have one more client that is running ads in the state itself. So yes, I can understand a bit about, TikTok in the United States. Otherwise, I don't have any information about other countries. And I do understand like certain features are not available in certain countries as well. Like for example, TikTok Shop is available in Malaysia, but I heard it's not yet available in Singapore. So for those features that you do not have in your country, fret not. Like for example, if you talk about Business Center, if you don't have Business Center in your country, it's okay. You can actually still run ads with the normal TikTok personal ads. So I mean the personal TikTok ads manager, so it's fine. All right. So yeah, we don't really need to kind of like dwell on things that we don't have. Rather, we just try to make use of whatever we already have. That's all I always advocate about. It's about really what you really want is to run ads. It's not about running ads with the Business Center or the personal ads manager. We want to run ads. So just run ads. All right. So yeah, Najibullah, thank you so much for the question. And the next one is coming from Singh. I just call you Singh because, yeah. So greetings from Brazil. Thanks for joining me all the way from Brazil. So can you teach me how to share the pixel from a BM to a personal Facebook account? Know that it is for a personal account of the personal profile itself and not for another account of Business Manager. My short answer to this is you can't. You cannot. Okay. Audience sharing or pixel sharing are only between business managers. All right, know that are only between business managers. So if you want to share your, like your pixel to another ad account under a personal profile, I will recommend that you actually turn it into a business manager, a business ad account. So very simple, get the person to create a business manager and claim that ad account into his business manager. Then you'll be able to share your whatever, like all your audience, your pixels and everything to that account because it's under business manager sharing. So all these features, all this sharing are only between business managers. I hope that makes sense. All right. Yeah. Thanks. All the best. All right. So, but in case yeah, if you need help in between and you can't figure out how to really kind of like turn it into a, you know, like a business manager, how to actually claim it under a business manager and all that. If you have any, I mean, difficulties, technical difficulties, you can always scan this QR code, buy me a mail. It's not free, but it's nominal. And then we are able to spend half an hour together to look at whatever situations you have, and you know, I'll be able to give you personalized recommendations on how do we actually solve whatever problem you have over there. All right. So, yep. And the next one is coming from Pedro. So, yeah. So this question was posted on my video about how to create privacy policy link for Facebook ads for free. I mean, yeah. I believe you know, if you are running ads for lead generation, whether it's a lead form, whether it's a messenger lead gen, you need to have a privacy policy link. And for those who do not have a website, it's very difficult because how am I supposed to do that? So what the workaround that I created for you guys was you can actually create a privacy policy using Google Doc. Just publish the link and you'll be able to use it as a link for your, you know, like privacy policy link that is required under Facebook lead gen ads campaign. So Pedro's question is, if you don't have anything posted online, does a business ad account or IG account count, or does it mean a legit website? It doesn't matter, to be frank. If you're talking about like now, all you want is to have a privacy policy link for your advertising for lead generation. That workaround using a Google Doc works like a charm. I've gotten feedback from hundreds, if not thousands, of people from all around the world. They've been using this method for years now. It works so far. So far, I would say. I do not know what will happen next week or, you know, like years down the road, but for now, it works. And you don't really need to worry about whether they will, you know, like take it as a legit website or not, because if you don't have a legit website, you don't have a legit website. But like I said, what is your focus right now? You want to get your lead gen ads up and running. So yeah, I mean, why care so much about things that you have no control, right? So yeah, anyway, so that's what I think. Pedro, all the best. Okay, and yeah, the next one is coming up from Gabriel. So Gabriel is asking a question about how to publish Facebook ads to Facebook page. Oh, yeah. So Gabriel said you don't have that anymore. Your ad is approved and live. You cannot actually add posts anymore. Yes, Pedro, you're right. Gabriel, you're right. The feature is gone. I'm sorry. Yeah, because what Meta did was they actually merged this feature into the Meta Business Suite, and for some reason they took off the ad post column, and you do not have the option to post an ad to your Facebook page anymore. So yeah, so the workaround would be post the post as a post first, then use that as an ad, you know, as in like when you're creating your ad, use that existing post as an ad. So you'll be able to, I know what you want to accumulate the likes and comments and everything, right? So that's what we do. Yeah, there's no the other way around anymore. I'm sorry. Okay, Gabriel, thank you for joining me. Now the next one is coming from Skylar. Okay, this is about Facebook identity confirmation fail. So Skylar said, you did try to turn things over, but because her personal Facebook account identity failed, you're unable to run ads on your business page, because when it's restricted for her from running ads, it restricted it from her assets and will be the business page. Yes. You did somehow get access, but you won't show up for advertisement. Okay. Maybe there's something more you can do. You're willing to buy me coffee. Yes. Okay. You're going to research more and come back for this. Yeah. I mean, yes, I mean, please do your research, I understand. But fundamentally, yeah, that's the thing. You know, chances are if her personal account, or actually she has permanent restriction, you know, we have to check that permanent restriction is at which level. It could be at the, you know, like personal profile level, the page level, or the business manager or level, or the account level, the ad account level. So we really need to figure out whether is your page stuck, as in like permanently stuck, as in restricted from advertising. It's quite a complicated situation, right? So yeah, if it's really the end of it, then I would say maybe it would be wise to, you know, start a new page and start over. We do not cling on a page. What we will always want, I'm very clear on what I will always want to achieve. I want to get my ads up and running again. For most of my clients, they want to get their ads up and running again. So we don't really care much. Like the other day, I spoke to someone from Africa. You know, he has a page with about 40,000 subscribers or likes or followers, and it got restricted permanently. So eventually we came to a conclusion: you want that page back, or you want your ads up and running? Which one is more important? That page, as in like the following over there, or you want your ads up and running? Because frankly speaking, 40,000 may not get you a dime, may not get you much sales every week or day. But if you run ads, you can get consistent sales coming in. So which one is your priority? So that's something that we have to answer. All right, Skylar, all the best. Go through that. If you need help, always come back to the the QR code. Let me flash this again. Scan this QR code. It's no longer a coffee, it's now a meal. So yeah, the price changed a little bit over time. So yeah, but nonetheless, it's still nominal. Then we can spend half an hour to go through your situation and see how we can solve your problem. Okay, Skylar, thanks for that question. And the next one is coming from Yasin. So Yasin's it's about, can you please give us any Facebook contacts in order to do that? No, I cannot. I'm sorry. If you have the option to contact Facebook with a chat or whatever feature that you can actually get to talk to them, yes, you have it. Otherwise, you don't have it. So yeah, if it's especially about account restriction, there is really nothing much we can do for now. So just check. Hopefully it's not permanently restricted. If not, then yes, go through the steps, whatever they are asking you to do, to submit or whatever. Go through the review, go through the verification. Hopefully you can get everything back. Otherwise, I would say start fresh. Okay, so yeah, you go through that, you try and see. And if you need help, same thing, right? You can actually go back to the QR code. Let me flash that up again. Scan this. We can spend half an hour together. Of course, you buy me a mail first, and we can see how we can actually, solve your problem to get your ads up and running again. All right. Now, I think this is the last one. No, this is the last one. Okay. Now, this question is coming from some random user. Okay. And he says, can we back to normal page for business manager? I don't know what do you mean by normal page. I'm assuming that now you have a new Facebook page experience and now you're hoping to turn it back to the old Facebook page experience. Is that what you mean? If that's what you mean, the answer is no, you cannot. Yeah, because I think since last month, right, or earlier this month, they fully switch all the pages into the new page experience now. Which is, it's annoying. I don't like it, Nana. But then we have to, just stuck with it because that's the latest way to do it right now. So you cannot turn it back to the old one anymore. I'm sorry. Right? So yeah, all the best. And let's see. Okay, now let's take a look at this. So anyone at all, if you need help, all right, if you have some pressing questions or you have some private questions that you don't want to go through this public answering, you can actually scan this QR code, buy me a mail, and we can spend half an hour together to look into your questions, your challenges, your whatever problems you have with your campaigns and all that. So just scan this QR code, buy me a mail, then we can do it together, right? So we have got some questions over here. First, we have it from Akram. Okay, so you want to ask the questions about long-term value for customers. Okay, let me go there. For example, let's say you're charging a client 1,500 and the budget is 1,000. You brought them about 1,550 from running ads. Okay, and then without considering long-term value, this will obviously a loss, correct? Okay, so basically what you're asking is in the long term, when you calculate the lifetime value, the client will make a great return, but it will be losing little money upfront. Is that normal? Sorry for the question. Okay, now I would say, yeah, it's normal. So when we run ads on Facebook, I always like to, of course, if you're able to make money from the get-go at the very front end, of course, that'll be ideal. But to me, my bottom line is, let's try to not lose money at the front end. As in, like, if your margin is 30%, so we would actually spend the 30% for advertising. At least we don't want to lose money for the client. But of course, if your project or your product has got great long-term value, then of course the client would understand. So you can always guide the client to calculate the lifetime value, as in like maybe with 50% churn rate and the lifetime value of maybe 10x in a year. So I guess that makes sense for the client to understand the quantum of what are they spending. But I guess nowadays, I'll say most of my clients that I work with understand the value of lifetime value. They really know, like a client that I work with from Vietnam, they're growing a fashion brand. He exactly know how much he should spend for per client acquisition that he's not losing money, but he also has, some bandwidth about like, okay, let's say I want to keep it at 30% of my revenue. Okay, then I'm comfortable. But if it goes up to 40%, I can still make it because I would say 50% of the customers buy again in 3 months' time. So that makes sense for them. So all clients would understand that. So I guess you should, share that with your client as well. Okay, Akam. Now the next one is coming from Richard. What's the recommendation to scale ASC? Yet again, my friend, you are giving me some like, what is ASC? Advantage Plus Sales Campaign. I mean, can you give me like Advantage Plus Sales Campaign? I might get it wrong, but if you're talking about scaling, my way of scaling a campaign like that is also very similar. I'll be scaling on the ad itself until we hit the ceiling. But of course, if you want to do massive scaling, we break it into different ad sets. That's what we are doing right now. I believe you know what I mean. Yeah, because it depends. Some clients are comfortable with 30% scale per week. They are not rushing into it. But some clients wants to like let's say if I'm spending $100 a day, if I see money, I want to spend 1,000. That definitely cannot do that. So we probably will break it into multiple ad sets. Either we narrow into some, like gender or some location or some countries and all. So yeah, so that's probably a more aggressive way of scaling, but it depends on the scaling. But that's what I think. All right, Richard, thanks for the question. And let's see, yeah, Advantage Sales Campaign. That's what I think. Okay, right, Richard. I hope that answers your question. And yeah, Mr. Weir is asking, how much is the best budget for testing campaign? Like, what's the percentage of clients' budget? I don't have an answer for that. To me, whenever I'm talking about budget with my client, I always tell them, how much are you comfortable with? So when you say percentage of clients' budget, are you talking about you're managing your clients on various platforms like Google, Facebook, TikTok, and all that? That is really up to you. But let's say because I only take Facebook ads client, right? So when the client asks me how much should I start with, I would say start with something that you're comfortable with. I don't buy those bullshit of like you gotta spend with $100 in order to start seeing result. In my opinion, if you can't get result with 10, what makes you think you can get result with 100? That's what I think. So yeah, that's my quick answer to you. I hope that makes sense. But of course, you probably have a different situation if you are managing multiple platform. Then you have to actually. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that because I don't manage multiple platform. Yeah, that's what I think. All right, Mr. Weir, thank you for joining me. All right, guys, nice chat. As usual, this is what we do, right? Every Sunday night. So if you have any questions at all, anyone who is watching this up to now, thank you. And all you need to do is if you have questions, go to my YouTube channel, try to look for an answer. Otherwise, just post your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos, and I'll pick them up and answer you on the following Sunday usually. Yeah, of course. But if you can join me live like this, I'll be really grateful to have you with me. As in like Akram here, Richard, and Mr. Weir. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, you can ask your questions live like this. All right. A quick one. So a bigger ad budget isn't always better. I mean, that's my opinion. No, yeah, I don't buy that. I would say, what are you comfortable with? It depends, right? Some clients has bigger appetite. Some clients has a relatively smaller one. You cannot force everybody to go with the same budget. This would not. I don't believe in that. That's what I think. Yeah. Anyway, right? Okay, right, guys. Yeah, but of course, if you want, you have a question that is pressing that I cannot wait for the next week, or I don't want it to go public. I want to talk to me, Jason, one-on-one. Scan this QR code, and we can buy me a meal, of course, and we can spend half an hour together to go through any questions you have regarding Facebook advertising and digital marketing. All right, guys, thanks. Thank you for joining me, and yeah, as usual, I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll have a good Sunday night, and a great week ahead. See you next Sunday. Good night. Bye.